Let me tell you, the reason is because almost all of them base that position that they said on this report. This report was written by Inter-Society Civil Liberty and Rule of Law. They call them International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law. It is founded in Nigeria and it is somewhere in Onitsha. Most of the references they made were in this report. Now, if you look at this report, which was first published in August, and then they updated it last month, September, you will know that this is a pure case of agenda, and it has IPOB backing. This report can be seen on their website, Inter-Society Civil Liberties and Rule of Law. Now, they gave what they call to be a report of killings in Nigeria. They said they got their sources from multiple places. They also said they relied on their previous archive in reaching the conclusion. If you look at the entire report, 70% of the cases of killing that they are referring to happened in 2015, 2016, and I think 2018. The reference they made to the killings in 2025, they said the report, they got them from Sahara Reporters, they got it from one civil society, and they got it from what they call open source. Almost all of the things that they were published, they were based on hearsay. Now, if you're writing a report, the little I know about people who understand what research is, you have to go to the root of the source. You have to verify the point. Nowhere in this report has he established one fact, that this report stemmed from a research by their organization. Needless talking about the people who fund this particular organization. But do you know one intriguing thing about this report? He has analyzed every killings in Nigeria. There is one killing that he refused to acknowledge. And in fact, he even said that all of the killings of priests, the citizens of the southern eastern Nigeria, he said they were perpetuated by the Nigerian security forces, Nigerian crack team, and Nigerian intelligence officers in the pretext of fight against IPOB. Then in that report, he came to that very, very important point here, where he said all of these have seen reckless whatever, and that the premise for which there is false labeling, mass criminalization, class stigmatization, and here's a conclusion, is premised on two things. Number one, that since IPOB and its leaders are followers of Jewish or Judaism religion in the East, white clothing Christian religionists and their churches somewhere in the Southeast, that they classify this IPOB because they look like they are Jewish people, and that is why they are killing them in the Southeast. He said, nowhere, like I told you in this report, where he will say he admits of the fact that there is any killing in the Southeast and that the killing was perpetrated by the IPOB or Eastern Security Network. This is the only report the senator relied on. Meanwhile, there have been reports by Human Rights Watch, report by Amnesty International, United States Institute of Peace, and all other allied reports on insecurity in Nigeria. Not a single one referenced any form of insecurity as religiously based killings in Nigeria.
So there is a concern, though, because where the...
That was Daniel Bwala, the special advisor to the president on policy communication, linking IPOB to what Ted Cruz, the senator of the United States of America, was pushing for Nigeria to be held accountable for alleged Christian genocide in the country. He is telling us that there was an agenda. Unfortunately, he didn't elaborate on the agenda that he was talking about. He said that this is a pure case of agenda. What was the agenda? And to even say that the senator of the United States government relied only on one source of information to be able to push for Nigeria to be reclassified as a country of particular concern over the issue of Christian genocide is an insult on the intelligence of the United States senator. This is because a United States senator has staff that are more resourced than Daniel Bwala would ever have. So to think that he will just use one source as his source of information about what is going on in Nigeria is really an insult to the office of the senator of representing Texas. We're talking about Senator Ted Cruz. That he just one source, and that one source is pro-IPOB. it doesn't really make sense. In any case, let us establish one thing. Nigeria was classified as a country of particular concern. So was it inter-society or IPOB that made Nigeria to be classified as a country of particular concern? Is Daniel Bwala not aware that Nigeria had been classified as a country of particular concern? That was why, even during the time that Nigeria wanted weapons from America, Nigeria was denied because Nigeria was a country of particular concern. Okay? So was it the inter-society or IPOB, their reports or report emanating from them that made Nigeria to be classified as a country of particular concern? We are in that group, in that ignoble group. We are there. It was Joe Biden administration that removed Nigeria from that list. It was Joe Biden that removed Nigeria from that list. But we were there even under President Barack Obama. Nigeria was listed as a country of particular concern. That was why even Jonathan had problem getting weapon to fight Boko Haram at the initial stage. Yes, people forget easily because they always believe that there is collective amnesia in Nigeria. That was why I remember when Jonathan was president, there was this allegation that Nigerian government went to go and buy a weapon from the black market, that they use private jets of a certain pastor who was the Christian Association of Nigeria president that time, and it was trending that a pastor was found with cash that he went to South Africa to go and buy a weapon. That was because that issue arose because all the avenues for Nigeria to get weapon was blocked by America under Barack Obama. So Nigeria was helpless. So it was alleged that Jonathan decided to exploit the black market option to be able to get weapon to face the Boko Haram. So when that issue was the case, what agenda was that? Was that inter-society report that made Barack Obama to put Nigeria in the list of countries of particular concern? So the idea that Ted Cruz is doing what he is doing because inter-society report gave a report, or that because IPOB was being shielded by the inter-society in their report. And because if you listen to what Bwala was saying, you can decipher where he was going. He said, look, that inter-society listed all the killings in Nigeria, but they didn't list the killings in Southeast. Okay, and that when it comes to the killings in Southeast, they attributed it to government agents, security agents operating in the Southeast, that they didn't attribute it to IPOB or Eastern Security Network and all that. That shows how that they were biased. But that's also beg another question. The other ones they reported, are they wrong? Are they wrong in the figures they gave? If they are wrong in the figures they gave, what alternative figure did government of Bola Tinubu or Bwala that speaks for them, what alternative did he present? As Ted Cruz said in their report, in his bill to the US Congress, he said that over 50,000 Christians have been killed. Now, if you say that over 50,000 Christians were not killed, give the figure of your own record so that you can be able to use your figure to counter Ted Cruz and be able to counter inter-society, which you claim is the source of Ted Cruz information. That's how to do it. But you cannot come and say that that one is wrong when you did not present an alternative figure to show that you have a better figure. It would have made more sense if Bwala had come say, this is the report by the Nigerian government about the killings. This is the figure we have. It is not up to 50,000. It is 1,000. It is 2,000. It's even 100. It's not up to 10. So that the data can be compared. Then he tried to denigrate inter-society by saying that inter-society, that they were citing other sources. That they didn't do the research by themselves. Come on. For a lawyer to be talking like that is very, very, I'm shocked. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. As I am talking to you today, I can today tell you the number of people that were killed in Nigeria yesterday. What will I do? I will go and bring all the newspapers in Nigeria. I go to all the major newspapers in Nigeria, and I will count the number of killings that was reported in them. I will go to Punch, Tribune, Leadership, Arise, all the major websites in Nigeria. I will take note of all the killings that was reported across Nigeria, that was reported in them. And if I check all the killings for today in Nigeria, and I can tell you that 200 people were killed in Nigeria today, if I was able to get that figure from all the major media outlets in Nigeria, I can authoritatively say that 200 Nigerians were killed today. And if you say, how do you get the number? I say, okay, look at the report. These are my sources. I don't have to go to the field. I don't have to go to Zamfara to go and get the number. I don't have to go to KB to go and get the number. I don't have to go to Plateau to go and get the number. I don't have to go to Yenegua to go and get the number. I don't have to go to Sokoto to go and get the number. I will get the number from reliable sources. What are the reliable sources? The newspapers that are operating in Nigeria, that are reported, that have reporters around Nigeria. That is how these things are done. You don't have to be the person that will go to the field in Plateau or in Benue. Go and speak to the ordinary people in Benue. You want to get the information from them, when already the number of those killed were already reported. In fact, there are allegations that they are underreported. Okay? Because you can see many of the time when newspapers report killings, they will tell you that the eyewitnesses, they say that 50 people were killed, but the police say only 3 persons were killed. It is now for you to use your own judgment. Who do you believe? The eyewitness or the police report? So to say that inter-society, they are just their reports are not reliable, because what he's trying to say was that Senator Ted Cruz used inter-society report. Meanwhile, inter-society report is not reliable. They are relying on second-hand information. But newspaper reports, media reports have been the basis of a whole lot of research that people do. If you want to know the number of people that have been killed, that was killed by Ebola in Nigeria, or COVID, you can do it. You don't have to be running around the whole street, around the country, looking for people whose family members died from Ebola or COVID-19. You can get the report already prepared and work with it and write your own report. So that to me, that's immaterial how inter-society got this. But what I found very funny is that these are the kind of people that are working for government and they don't even do their homework. Because if he had done his own work, he would have known that Ted Cruz has several sources that he can get his information. Okay? Because the truth of the matter is that there are several sources. Let me give you a few examples about this issue we are talking about. He's talking about inter-society. There are other groups that are talking about killings in Nigeria, about killings of Nigerian Christians. So there are several sources anyone could have used. The Religious Freedom Institute is a source that carries information about killings of Christians or other religious bodies around the world. The Religious Freedom Institute has estimated that 4,000 Christians are killed annually in Nigeria over the last decade. And this information I'm getting it from Grok, which means that between 2009 and 2025, 64,000 Christians have been killed. That is a source, the Religious Freedom Institute, and the Grok is citing it for media report. I don't have to go and ask them where they got the report. I can only challenge, you can only challenge them by bringing another report within the time under review, 2009 to 2025. If you have another source, you can counter it. But to just dismiss it that they are, I will look foolish to say the Religious Freedom Institute, did they visit Nigeria? Did they go to all the communities to find out whether those that were killed are actually Christians or not? I don't have to do that. Now, another research said that by Aide to the Church in Need reported that over 7,600 Christians killed between January 2021 and June 2022 alone. That's a source. If I don't agree with this source, I will bring a counter source. I will look for another source. Open Doors, that's another source. It said in its 2023 World Watch List noted Nigeria accounting for 89% of global Christian martyrdom. So 89% of Christians that were killed around the world were killed in Nigeria. Of all the Christians that were killed in Nigeria between 2022 and 2023, they were killed in Nigeria, 89%. That was by Open Doors. In its 2023 World Watch List, noted Nigeria accounting for 89% of global Christian martyrdom, with annual figures like 4,118 killed in the 2022-2023 reporting period. And Grok told me here that it does not provide a cumulative total since 2009. So the Open Door in its 2023 World Watch List said that Nigeria accounted for 89% of Christians that were killed in the world between 2022 and 2023. If the government of Nigeria do not agree with this, they should provide alternative figure instead of beating about the bush or trying to rubbish whatever people have done to present their own data. So I don't know what you think about Daniel Bwala's attempt to rope in IPOB in the Christian Genocide bill that is before the United States government, and the attempt of the government to rubbish the inter-society, that they were relying on other sources to make up their report, which they allege influenced the Senator Ted Cruz bill to ensure that Nigeria is held accountable for alleged Christian genocide in the country. Whatever is your position, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video, And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.